Welcome into Texans Today, everybody. I'm your host, Jeremy Chuggs, and time to have the pen meet the paper. A little Texans report card action after day 2 of the 2024 NFL Draft. I'm telling you right now, the Texans, Nick Caserio cooked a little bit. He cooked a little bit. I'll tell you my grades for every single pick that the Texans made during the 2024 NFL Draft on day 2. But I want to ask you folks really quick first. Do you think Caserio and Ryans are doing a good job so far? Give me a yes, give me a no. How are we feeling, H-Town? Do you like the picks? Do you hate the picks? What are you thinking? Let me know down in the comment section. Now, first, the Texans took Kamari Lassiter, cornerback from the University of Georgia. Go Bulldogs. Let's go. And I really think the Texans, they made a really good pick with Kamari Lassiter. Now, am I a little upset that the Texans didn't get Kool-Aid McKinstry, who I really wanted in H-Town? Of course I am. But Kamari Lassiter, he is still a good pick in my opinion. A little bit underrated, and the reason why he fell down draft boards, if he would have ran a 4.4 40-yard dash at the Combine, he would have been a fringe first-round talent. But the lack of speed, he ran around a 4.6 at the Combine, a 4.5, I believe a 4.55 at his pro day. I get it. But, I mean, the dude has instincts like a natural baller. He is a competitor. He is one of the best defenders on a national championship team, one of the best defenses in college football. Kamari Lassiter, a QB rating when targeted of 48.7. I think this was still a good pick by the Houston Texans. Was it my favorite pick? Do I wish the Texans would have been able to get Kool-Aid McKinstry? Sure, but opposite of Stingley, I think Lassiter is going to do a fine job. So let me know down in the comment section. This is your time. Everybody, get your papers, pass it over to the left, and get your red pen out. Let me know. Grade the pick of Kamari Lassiter, A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section. I'm going to ask you about every single pick tonight. So go ahead and type either Lassiter, type in Kamari, and then give me your grade. Or if you want to be an overachiever, you can go ahead and do each one of them. You know, Lassiter, A, Fisher, whatever you think it is. Bullock, whatever you think it is, down in the comment section. But right now, Kamari Lassiter, what would you grade that pick? For me, I'm going to give it a B, a solid B. I think it's a good pick. I think he has the ability to come in and fight for that starting role opposite of Derek Stingley. You know, a lot of people like him in the slot, and I know what you're saying. We already have Desmond King. Why get another slot guy? Well, Desmond King's on a one-year deal, a one-year prove-it deal after he came back from the Texans after they cut him at the beginning of last offseason. He played really well at the end, but I still think the Texans secondary, adding a piece like Lassiter is really good for them moving forward. Now, I have 2 more picks to break down for the Houston Texans, but I couldn't do today's show if it wasn't for our sponsor, our great sponsor, which is Game Time. Lowest prices guaranteed on last-minute tickets. Hey, you want to make your life like a movie? I was able to see Drake and Adele floor seats this year with the help of Game Time. Last second tickets, lowest prices. I'm telling you, it's guaranteed. All the sporting events, concerts, comedy shows in your area. When you use code CHATSPORTS, you get $20 off your first purchase. CHATSPORTS, Chat Sports. And one of my favorite things, as you can see right here, when you look at the Astros games moving forward, you see the little icons beneath each game. Kind of tells you if it's a jersey night, if there's a special promotion going on during that. You can also filter the top artists coming to H-Town. You can see Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, Bad Bunny, Dolly, or you can see, you know, one of my favorites. I love comedy shows. You can see Ralph Barbosa, Nick Swartzen, Larry the Cable Guy, all coming to H-Town. You can do that all using the Game Time app, and don't worry, you don't have to make that decision right now. Download the app, use code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, and one of my favorite things to do, live life on the edge. Wait till the day of. I guarantee you tickets are going to go down in price the closer it gets to the start of the event. So, download the Game Time app and use code CHATSPORTS and start making memories today. Going to the best sporting events, concerts, and comedy shows around you using our friends over at Game Time. Next pick the Texans made, and this is probably the most controversial pick in a lot of Texans fans' minds, was Blake Fisher, the offensive tackle / guard from Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. Now, a lot of people were upset about this pick. They wanted the Texans to go more defense, wanted them to go defensive line. But honestly, I don't hate the pick nearly as much as a lot of other Texans fans do. Blake Fisher has a lot of versatility. He can play tackle. He can play guard. Our draft guru, Tom Downey, had him as the 10th rated offensive tackle, number 66 overall. So around where the Texans got him. They got him at 59. Our draft guy had him at 66. So good value around that same area. He plays with really good power. Very strong guy. He played mostly right tackle, but that's because Joe Alt, the 5th player selected in this year's draft, played left tackle on the opposite side of him. Not really good at outside zone per se, but I really think this kid, he's 21 years old still, really young, can develop. This is I'm not going to say a project pick, but this is a guy that you could really develop, and I could see molding into a very good offensive lineman under DeMeco Ryans, under this Texans coaching staff. Blake Fisher, I really think one of the biggest Achilles heels for the Texans last year when you think about it. Texans set a record for most offensive linemen injured in a season. I mean, literally before the start of the season, they had 7 guys who were injured. 7. They were playing with guys who they were picking up off the street. They were starting 6th-round rookies. They were starting UDFAs. They were starting guys all over the field. So adding on the offensive line, protecting your most valuable asset in C.J. Stroud. Yeah, I think that's an easy pick for me if you can. Now, do I wish maybe they would have gone with like a Kingsley Suamata'i? Yes, I think maybe he could have been a little bit better value there at the Texans, but I'm not mad at the Blake Fisher pick. If the coaching staff really saw something in Fisher that they liked more than Kingsley, it makes sense. You know, they're doing the evaluating. They are smart. They didn't just make this pick willy-nilly. They did their homework on Fisher, especially a 2nd-round pick. So I don't mind this pick nearly as much as a lot of other people did. But let me know down in the comment section. I know there's going to be a lot of haters, a lot of people that dislike this pick a ton. Let me know how you would grade this pick. A, B, C, D, or F. Like I said, put Fisher and then whatever grade you would put for this young kid. Now for me, I'm going B-. I'm going B-. I like the pick. Do I think there were some better players on the board? Sure I do. But also, you have to look at the pick in a vacuum. Around that pick for the Texans, there was a lot of tackles going off the board as well. So if you're the Houston Texans, you want to add some offensive line, that was the time to do it probably because a lot of those guys were falling off the board. So I don't hate the pick. I don't blame the Nick Caserio or DeMeco Ryans for making the pick. I just think maybe they could have gotten a little better player at that position, or not at the position, at that pick. But at the end of the day, I give it a B-. I don't hate it whatsoever. You're protecting your number 1 guy in C.J. Stroud. Now, if you want to catch more of the draft action going on tomorrow, day 3 of the NFL draft, still a lot of picks to be made for your Houston Texans. We are going live here at Chat Sports on our main channel. This is what the thumbnail looks like. I'm going to put the link to that in the comment section and description of today's video. You want to check out the best draft coverage on YouTube. Half these publications, half these people aren't even going live on day 3. They're not even covering day 3 of the NFL draft. We're not like that. We are above and beyond. We go to the very top, to the mountaintop for you folks at home. So you want to catch us live tomorrow here at Chat Sports. This is what the thumbnail looks like. Like I said, I'll put that in the comments. Now, maybe my favorite pick from the Texans all of today, Calen Bullock, safety from USC. I absolutely loved this pick from the Texans. 6'2", 188 pounds. Actually, 69th ranked player on our draft guru, Tom Downey's big board. Number 5 safety overall. And this is the perfect fit. Like when you're talking about maybe there were some safeties that were better than Bullock, but a perfect fit for what the Texans need. Bullock's not a good run defender. He is a safety that's going to play on the back end and who has great speed and great ball skills, very long arms, and uses that length and those skills when going to the catch point and breaking up passes on deep routes. And that's exactly what the Texans need. The 2 safeties they have right now, Jalen Petrie, Jimmy Ward, that's their biggest weakness, is covering the deep ball. That's Bullock's biggest strength. Last year at USC, 7 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. Yeah, a QB rating of 97.0 when targeted, but still, I think Bullock is a talented defender on the back end. Does he need to become a better run defender? Of course he does. But when you're getting into these nickel and dime packages, whenever the opposing offense is in 3rd and long, 2nd and long situations, Bullock is the exact guy you want. Go back to that Browns game, not the playoff game, the one that the Texans lost in the regular season. What was the first play from scrimmage? A deep bomb to Amari Cooper. You know what could have stopped that? A good safety on the back end like Calen Bullock. So go down in the comment section right now and grade the pick of Bullock, A, B, C, D, or F. This one might have been my favorite pick. I'm not going to even say might have been. This one was my favorite pick by the Texans that they made today. At 78, even though they had to give up a pick to move up in the draft, I think it was well worth it. You had a lot of mid-round picks. Go up and get your guy. I'm giving this an A. I'm giving the pick of Bullock an A. I absolutely loved the fit for the Texans. Exactly what the Texans need, and you get a guy in towards the end of the third round to fill a huge hole for you on your defense. I absolutely love it. I absolutely do. So for Calen Bullock, I'm giving it an A. I really, really like what the Texans are doing so far in the draft. This is how their draft shook out so far. Kamari Lassiter at pick 42, Blake Fisher at pick 59, and Calen Bullock at pick 78. So there you have it. And don't forget, hit that sub button if you want daily Texans news and rumors content. I made a promise to you. I'm going to be breaking down everything the Texans do during the draft. So far, I've held my end up of the bargain. So I need you to do the same. Go down and hit that sub button and join the fastest growing Texans channel on YouTube. Go hit that sub button or go to youtube.com/TexansTV. We are your one-stop shop for Texans news and rumors.